Know that you can hear The Stand on demand. Just go online to CrawfordBroadcasting.com. Click on the Stand button.
And John, you can hear me, right? You can.
Well, you can then click on it to read, print, listen, or download as an MP3. And they're right there on the Stand page at CrawfordBroadcasting.com. The Crawford Stand is a public affairs presentation for God and country.
KLZ AM 560, KLZ HD Denver. Listen live at KLZ560radio.com.
KLZ 560, the Crawford Broadcasting God and Country Station.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. Medium thrust acceleration. Don't fail me now.
It's time for Drive Radio, presented by Colorado Select Auto Care Centers. Whether you need help diagnosing a problem,
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. I want to have them answered immediately.
or just want to learn about all things automotive,
Hey, how exactly does a positive track radio on the Plymouth work?
then you've come to the right place. So start your engines, buckle up, and get ready to ride. Drive Radio starts now on KLZ 560 The Source.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. John Rush, Drive Radio, KLZ 560. Dorsey Johnson is in the house with me today, and Dorsey thinks I need a tattoo.
Yeah.
Across my neck, he said.
Left side.
My neck. Left side,
Left
right,
side,
right.
so I can look at it.
Yeah. Well, on air, the guys to the left of me can just see the tattoo on my neck. What do you think? Yeah. Everybody's laughing at me.
I think your wife would throw you out of the house.
That's never going to happen. Not going to happen. Sorry. No, I'm not a tattoo guy. Now, if you got one, that's fine. It's just not me.
Just not you.
Yeah, I'm not a tattoo guy.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Not going to happen. I don't think I could do the pain.
Is it really painful?
Well, it looks painful to me. You bleed.
Yeah.
I don't like blood. I don't like to bleed on purpose.
I can bleed at work every day.
Exactly. I've done enough of that work on cars over the years. I don't have to have it, done on purpose. I've had enough accidental of those. But anyways,
There's blood there.
I was just going to say, Dorsey's got some on his hands already. So
Scars.
I was tattooed with enough grease over the years that I think that was, maybe that's why I have no desire to have one. It is the thing to get, though.
Yeah. At least enough you have enough to cover the family, so.
I think, we'll get to the car stuff in a minute, but a business to have either now or probably at least maybe 10 years down the road, tattoo removal.
Yeah.
That's going to be the thing to have.
A lot of people, when they're mature, they'll say, oh, why did I do that?
When those tattoos start sagging, they may want to take them off. Might be a good business to be in. Just saying. Anyways, Drive Radio. Phone number here, 303-477-5600. We've got a lot to talk about today. Again, Dorsey Johnson from Arvada West is in studio with us. We'll talk about driving, snow, new cars, anything along those lines you want. At noon, Kevin Flesh is going to join us, and we're going to talk about traffic stops from the legal side of the fence. Now, before that, Dorsey and I are going to talk about just, what to do in certain situations, whether you're pulled over or whether you pull over on the side of the road, certain things you can do to, keep yourself safe, keep the people around you safe, things along those lines. We'll talk about that through the show today. If you've got some things on that or some ideas on that you want to share with us, feel free. Again, the phone number 303-477-5600. The question of the day, though, is, we've asked this before. I think, Larry, only once, if I'm not mistaken. I think we've only asked this question one time. What's the worst traffic ticket you've ever received? I think we did that one other time is all. So what's the worst traffic ticket you've ever received? 303-477-5600. In other words, which ones of you have been naughty and which ones have been nice over the years? Now, maybe it was years and years and years ago and you're a much better driver today and that would never happen. Maybe it just happened. Hard to say.
I would say drivers in the late 70s, early 80s were not any better than the people today.
I don't think so. There's just more people today, that's all. In this metropolitan area is what I should say. Boy.
Well, some of the tickets I wrote back then were really
hellacious.
bad.
In fact, they might have been worse then then today, because of the less population then than there is now, it's hard now to do some of the stunts and some of the excessive speeds that
There was more open road then.
exactly
Yeah.
than there is today. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I can remember.
I got passed by a guy when I was going 125 to a burglary call on a freeway.
And a guy passed you
Passed me.
back then.
I had lights on. So
What made him think he could
I
pass you?
have no idea.
He just went whizzing
I didn't
by.
get to stop him and ask.
He was just going, huh? You were doing 110,
110.
which means he was doing 120 or better to pass you.
Plymouth Grand Fury with a 440.
What was he driving?
Ford Torino.
Oh, okay, that would make sense.
Well, I got it figured out. He had to be the burglar.
He might have been.
He was the burglar.
He
Passing
was going to
Dorsey.
pick the burglar up.
Boom, off he goes. All right, so what's the worst traffic ticket you've ever received? 303-477-5600. Give us a call. We'll get you right on air. Or, of course, any questions that you've got. We're heading into the Christmas week, which some of you will be traveling. Some of you already are traveling after last night's rush hour traffic on the way home. I'm guessing a lot of you are probably off work this next week, or at least, I don't know, out of school doing something. There was more traffic on the roads last night than I've seen in a long
No
time.
school yesterday in Jeffco.
It was absolute murder getting home last night.
Yeah. I would have to go 3 miles and it was packed.
Took me from down here at the station to get home last night. It took me, let's see, I left at 6:10ish roughly, and it was a full hour and 5 minutes getting home last night. I can usually make it in 50 minutes.
So just think when they finish light rail, you can take that.
Yeah, the old rapid tax drain will get that going, and we'll just hop on and off we go. Yeah, those folks up in the north part of Colorado, they've been paying for some sort of a rail system to that part of the city, or that part of the state, I should say, for about 10 plus years,
Mhm.
with nothing to show for it. Well, we got US 36 going now. Send up a flare. I will say this. If you can get into the HOV lane and get all of the idiots that are there wanting to drive 5 miles an hour under the speed limit out of your way, it's actually pretty nice to drive in the HOV lane.
How many miles?
Well, I can take it now from right at, not quite, it's basically Federal, just a little bit before Federal, all the way to not quite McCaslin yet.
You're
basically.
talking 470.
Well, no, 36.
36?
Yeah, we have a toll lane on there now.
Yeah, but isn't it just 6 miles or 10 miles?
Well, it's probably 10 now, I guess, because like I said, I can go from Federal all the way to 88th, almost to McCaslin.
It could be, depending on traffic, up to $30 to go 10 miles on the HOV lane.
Depends on if you have a pass or not. That's correct. If you have the pass, it's not too bad. They really want you to spend the $15, get the pass. It's a switchable pass. That's why it costs $15. But if you have that, it's not too bad. I mean, at night when I'm going back up, it doesn't cost more than $2 or $3.
It's not too bad.
No. Now heavy traffic.
Heavy traffic,
They up it. It's a variable toll.
peak times.
Yep, it's a variable toll. They
And if you don't have the pass, they just have to send you a bill, and
It's-
that's when they're saying it could be up to $30 to go 10 miles.
correct. That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah, if you travel 36 at all, jump on the either I think it's a Northwest Parkway or the 470. I think it's all the same. You can basically get the same pass, because that pass, by the way, is probably going to be similar. I don't know this for a fact yet because I haven't read anything yet, but those of you out there listening might know this better than I. They're putting the same type of a system along I-25 north of 36 as you head up towards the Thornton area.
Right.
I'm guessing that same sort of a pass will work there also.
That's it. Big little bottlenecks.
So you'll be able to switch the pass. In other words, if you've got 2+, you can go to a free. There's no toll basically. And if you're just by yourself, it's a single. You've switched the pass back over, and you get charged a toll.
And haven't they contracted a company to do some different ramp metering?
Yes, I believe that is correct. I heard that this past week. Yeah.
Copy something that's being used in Europe or
It has
something.
something to do with monitoring all of the flow on all the roadways and then metering the traffic going on in different ways that we've done in the
Increase and
past.
decrease the times that the cars can get on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Supposedly that's going to help reduce some congestion also, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We should try, Larry, at some point in the future to get somebody from RTD or CDOT on to maybe explain some of that with us. I don't know. I'll have Dan work on that. See if he can. Dan's a good bird dogger of individuals. So Dan, if you're listening, maybe we can get a CDOT guy on during the week, and then if I did that during the week, I just replay it on Saturday. We get the right guy on. I'll work on that. That'd be a good idea. See who's out there who could explain some of that better than
I'll tell you where all the money gets broken down goes to.
Yeah, exactly. Like the US 3060, I can tell you what, they spent a lot of money on that deal. Now, I will say, it has already relieved some congestion because once I get off of 270 on the 36, it's like somebody turned a switch on. It's like, oh wow, all of a sudden there's why they can't get 270 widened. That's a question I really like to have CDOT answer.
Oh, it's an awful lot of traffic on there.
It's the worst bottleneck in town every day. Larry knows what I'm talking about. You drive it enough. Why they can't get that stretch opened up is beyond me. I don't get it. I mean, I realize it'd be expensive. You got to redo some of the bridges and so on. But if we don't get started at some point, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
You need to widen it, double deck it, do something.
Yep.
It's one of the last roads in this area, by the way, without a Jersey barrier down it. It just has the cheesy little cable thing.
Little cable, yeah.
Which somebody's always running into. I don't. Anyways. All right, lines are open. 303-477-5600. Give us a call. We'll get you right on air. Dennis Brewster at Extreme Auto Repair. We're going to have a remote out at his place on the 9th of January. Sorry, not 9th of December, 9th of January. And basically do another car care clinic like we did in the past. And he's got a little flyer on it. It will be accident awareness. That's what he's going to call the car clinic. It's the Accident Awareness Car Clinic. What to do when you have an accident, how to avoid accidents, all of those different things. He does need to know who plans on being there. My guess on that is probably because he'll have some goodies for you. So you really need to let Dennis know if you're going to show up. You'll have the opportunity to see how your car is built to protect you, hear the basics of what to do from a state trooper, and learn the long-lasting effects of an impact from a chiropractor. So that'll be a good event. So we'll be out there live. That'll be on January 9th. I should say weather permitting. If we get a bunch of snow and I'm out pushing snow around, it might change that a little bit. But we'll.
Anybody got asked to get an update on if you are in an accident in a municipality predominantly or wherever, what your rights are to having your car towed?
Good point.
If they're just going to call a contractor and have it hooked and taken to a storage lot.
Yeah.
Whether you have a choice on that.
Yeah, that's a great question, by the way, because there is.
We told there was a lot of options to that, and some of them could really cost you a lot of money.
That's exactly right. Yeah, if because they'll impound fees, so on and so forth, depending upon where it actually ends up with. So, all right, call us now, 303-477-5600. We'll get your questions answered. What's the worst traffic ticket you ever received? We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and find out from maybe Larry and Dorsey or Mindy who's got the worst traffic ticket of the three. So we'll find out as soon as we come back.
I bet I got the cheesiest.
The cheesiest?
Cheesiest.
Okay, it could be the cheesiest too. Whatever. You tell me what's your worst traffic experience when it comes to a ticket you received. 303-477-5600. We'll be right back. Don't go away. John Rush, Dorsey Johnson, Drive Radio, KLZ 560.
Know-how! We'll do anything to keep your phone alive, like fashioning an adapter from a hairpin and some used gum. Or get the Blue Fuel portable power bank at Napa for only $18.99. 2 full battery charges for your phone for one low price. For $18.99, the portable power bank will keep your phone fully charged. No hairpins or chewing gum required. Conquer the job with Napa Know-how. And participating